Senate Democrats, including the senior Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, voiced outrage Wednesday night after White House Deputy Counsel Patrick Philbin argued that it would be legal for President Donald John Trump. Democrats outraged over White House lawyers' claim that some foreign involvement in elections is acceptable. Senators take reins of impeachment trial in marathon question session. White House announces task force to monitor coronavirus. More to accept opposition research from a foreign country.
Senator Chris Andrew Coons. Democrats outraged over White House lawyers' claim that some foreign involvement in elections is acceptable. Live coverage. Senators query impeachment managers. Trump defense GOP. Foreign affairs leaders join pushback against potential troop drawdown in Africa. More toward the end of Wednesday's marathon question and answer session in the Senate impeachment trial, asked Trump's defense team if such an action would be legal.
Philbin argued, the idea that any information that happens to come from overseas is necessarily campaign interference is a mistake.
That's non sequitur, he added. Information that is credible that potentially shows wrongdoing by someone who happens to be running for office, if it's credible information, is relevant information to the voters to know about.
That answer sparked outrage among Democrats.
Senator Mark Robert Warner. Democrats outraged over White House lawyers' claim that some foreign involvement in elections is acceptable. Lawmakers warn US-UK intel sharing at risk after Huawei decision. Democrats worry Trump team will cherry-pick withheld documents during defense. Moore DVA, the vice chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, which has been conducting a multi-year investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election, said Philbin's argument contradicts everything that our committee has said, everything the intelligence community has worked on.
If Mr. Philbin's argument is accepted at face value that foreign interference is okay unless it violates some non-defined definition of a campaign contribution is counter to everything that the intelligence community, our committee and I think others are working on. Warner said.
I'm pretty stunned, he added.
Senator Trevor Heinrich. Democrats outraged over White House lawyers' claim that some foreign involvement in elections is acceptable. Democratic Senator blasts draconian press restrictions during impeachment trial. Health care spending bills fuel busy year for K Street. Moore DNM, another member of the Intelligence Committee, said, I have never heard anyone represent anything close to that in the intelligence community ever.
We are encouraged to at all times report even just contact with foreign efforts at interference in our elections or of manipulation of our government activities, he said.
This idea that you would take information from a foreign government seeking to impact an election and then weaponize that or use that just because it may be credible, I've just never heard anything like that. I think it's absolutely unconscionable, he added.
Heinrich said Philbin's argument could impact how the American public views Trump's legal team because this is so counter to common sense for the average American.
He said the nation has historically done whatever it could to insulate government decision-making and elections from foreign influence.
This basically said throw open the doors, he said of the White House's argument.
Trump famously told ABC News chief anchor George Robert Stephanopoulos. Democrats outraged over White House lawyers' claim that some foreign involvement in elections is acceptable. Klobuchar Channels Hamilton says she wants to hear from the men in the room where it happened in impeachment trial. GOP senator on Trump soliciting foreign interference. Those are just statements. More in July that he would likely accept information provided by a foreign government by a political opponent.
It's not interference, they have information, I think I'd take it, Trump said. If I thought there was something wrong, I'd go maybe to the FBI, if I thought there was something wrong.
Senator Debbie Stabenow. Ann Stabenow. Democrats outraged over White House lawyers' claim that some foreign involvement in elections is acceptable. Senate fails to get deal to speed up fight over impeachment rules. The Hill's Morning Report, President Trump on trial. Moore a member of the Democratic leadership team, said when they doubled down on the fact that it's all right for the White House, the President of the United States to get dirt on his opponent from another country because it's not illegal, it's not okay.
It's not legal, she said.